on Judger. Millennium Wind, of course, has had his share of problems all winter. Funguses, the trainer David Hoffman has been trying to deal with. A quarter crack in his right front foot. And also, Hoffman said that for the Louisiana Derby, this horse was only 80% fit. He expects him to run a lot better today. The fungus is cleared up in large part, and the half-brother to Charismatic could run a much better race.
Meanwhile, Heroes Tribute, John Ward just wants to get this horse to Churchill.
And ridden by Jerry Bailey, and here's a point to mention now. Jerry Bailey, according to Bob Baffert, was offered the mount on Congaree in the Wood and turned it down to ride Heroes Tribute in this race. We'll see if that was a wise decision or not.
See if Ward can get back on track after that disappointment with Monarchos. He actually toyed with running this horse with blinkers on. Ward is at Aqueduct with Monarchos. The wives are handling the chores here at Keeneland. Debbie Oxley is here along with Donna Ward. You know, in the 115-year history of Keeneland, only been one race caller, Kurt Becker, and guess what? He's still at the mic.
And looking forward to a great race here this afternoon. Just about set to go. Songandaprayer goes in, and now A.P. Valentine, the last one to load, who a bit reluctant here to take his position in the starting gate to face his rivals in the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes. A.P. Valentine is in. They are at the post. Dollar Bill is restless in the gate. Now he settles down. And they're off. Bonnie Scott ducked in at the start and now straightens course. And Dollar Bill got pinched back and drops out to last. Up front, Millennium Wind comes out running for the lead. Invisible Ink is there toward the inside as the field heads down to the first turn. Songandaprayer moves up in the center of the racetrack now. And there goes Songandaprayer trying to chase down Millennium Wind in the early going, who has the lead by a length and a half. Invisible Ink travels third toward the rail. Heroes Tribute is fourth. Bonnie Scott fifth by 2. Then Dollar Bill, who moves up a spot to the inside of A.P. Valentine, who is last, running 8 lengths off the lead. 23 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Millennium Wind leads it by a length as they make the move up the back stretch. Songandaprayer, second to half length. Invisible Ink is right there with the leaders now, followed by Heroes Tribute. Bonnie Scott at a break of 6 more lengths back to Dollar Bill and A.P. Valentine, who continued to wait at the back. They got the half, 46 and 2/5 seconds. Millennium Wind leads them to the bar turn by a length to Songandaprayer, who is just off the leader's flank now. Invisible Ink is third, followed by Heroes Tribute, still has 4 lengths to make up. Bonnie Scott is next. Dollar Bill and A.P. Valentine so far have not been a factor. They are last and next to last, running nearly a dozen lengths off the lead, 6 furlongs in 1:10 and 2. Top of the stretch, Millennium Wind with Songandaprayer trying to get a line on him. A gap of 5 more lengths to Invisible Ink, and everyone else has plenty of ground to make up. Moving into the stretch, Millennium Wind by a neck. Songandaprayer, Invisible Ink 5 lengths away. Final furlong of the Toyota Bluegrass, and Millennium Wind is going to chalk up a front-running victory here. He's strong, he looks good, he's the best today. Millennium Wind draws clear to win it by 5. Songandaprayer second, Dollar Bill third. The time 1 minute 48 and 1/5 seconds.
Second in the Louisiana Derby, and a different horse than we saw about a month ago. He's happier now, he's stronger, and he's healthier, and that's the most important thing after all those ailments.
And he's got a fella on his back that knows a little bit about finding the winner's circle. Laffit Pincay Jr. first rode in the Bluegrass in 1968 when LBJ was president, when there were Vietnam War protests going on. He won it 26 years ago. He's back in the saddle for another Bluegrass victory today. From the gate, he took command ahead of Songandaprayer. The tactics proved to be very wise ones. Songandaprayer rated nicely and finished well, but with Millennium Wind on a fairly uncontested lead, it was Katie bar the door the last 1/8 of a mile. You see, he draws off and wins it by about 5 lengths. And on to Louisville as a, not a favorite, of course, but he's got a strong chance in the Derby.
Half-brother of the 99 Derby and Preakness winner, Charismatic. There's the unofficial winner, Millennium Wind. The big question, what happened to Dollar Bill and A.P. Valentine? Randy will answer those questions and much more. Stick around. Hall of Famer Laffit Pincay, a first-time ride aboard the winner of the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes Millennium Wind. They actually honored Pincay here earlier this afternoon. This is a horse that is still learning. 5 races now, never worse than second. We talk about those physical ailments hounding his spring. They've not disappeared, but things are improving. No longer training in bar shoes, his heel's not as raw. and the infection under the girth on the right front leg caused by a virus shrinking. This is an improving colt.
And Laffit Pincay Jr. will go back to the Kentucky Derby with this improving colt for his first Derby mount since 1994. Notice way back in the back of the pack, that's a dollar bill and A.P. Valentine. Now, Keeneland has a reputation as being a speed-favoring track. I don't think the track was that biased today. In the second race, Pat Day came from about 12 lengths back to win on a come-from-behinder. The pace was reasonably fast as well, but the come-from-behinders just couldn't make up no ground at all. And back to the front, Millennium Wind and Songandaprayer are well in front of the field. You know, sometimes jockeys are really guessing about these horses like the rest of us are. Chris McCarron could have ridden this horse in this race, chose not to. Laffit Pincay picks up the mount. Jerry Bailey chooses to ride Hero's Tribute instead of riding Congaree. Hero's Tribute runs up the track. I don't know what kind of commitment there was involved there, but a couple of bad guesses there. And Laffit Pincay, though, is the beneficiary of a lot of that as he gets a rousing cheer.
You watched on Tuesday morning a bullet work of 5 furlongs, the fastest time of the day. David Hoffman thought maybe it was going to be a little bit too fast, and maybe it would have used up a little bit.
He was concerned about that. He talked about that the other morning. But he did say, remember, that this horse, Millennium Wind, was only 80% fit for the Fairgrounds race for the Louisiana Derby and would be much fitter here.
With more, Kenny Rice again.
With me is the man who's getting ready to make his first trip to the Kentucky Derby as the trainer of a Derby horse, David Hoffman. Congratulations, Millennium Wind. You said he'd do better after he got out of the race down in Louisiana. He did.
Yeah, most horses that came out of that race have done well, and this horse has matured a lot. His legs are better, his heels and everything, and all that business is about done. So and he loves this track. I wish the Derby were here. He loves this track and showed it today.
What's your thoughts about going to the Derby as a trainer of a contender?
Oh, it's exciting. This was really exciting, but that's really going to be some sleepless nights, I think.
He was charging down that stretch.
Yeah, Laffit said he had plenty of horse going, and that he was very comfortable with the horse being on the lead. There was no problem there at all.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, David Hoffman, who goes on now with Millennium Wind at Churchill Downs, and Laffit Pincay going as well, the winning jockey. Laffit going to his first Derby since 1994, the winningest jockey of all time, who joins me right now. Laffit, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about Millennium Wind when you kicked him into gear and he had it.
Well, it went like we planned. We planned to, if he breaks good, be on the lead and trying to say something for the drive. Coming down the stretch, at the 3-8 post, somebody came to me, and I let him go, and he went on again. Through his stretch, he was just keep going. He just kept on going. He's a nice horse. And he's not as good as he should be, because he works like a freak, and I was very high on him today.
Did he feel like he could go another furlong, like 1.25 miles in 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think so, because he was doing some antic in the stretch. You know, he kept coming close to the rail and doing things, you know, so he's still a little green, but he's a good, really a top horse.
Congratulations, Laffit.
Thank you.
Back to you, Jim.
The trainer, David Hoffman's 92-year-old father.